He was halfway to the bakery section when the cashier grabbed my wrist. Her fingers trembled. Her eyes, wet with something unsaid, locked onto mine. She leaned forward, whispered just loud enough for the words to slice through the noise of sliding carts and soft jazz. "Don't let him leave you alone. Not again." And just like that, the air inside me changed. I let him buy the cake. Vanilla, his favorite. I smiled at the register, paid in cash, and walked out the front door. He thought I was waiting by the car. I circled around the back, past the delivery trucks, past the grease-stained bumpsters, and stood behind the employee exit. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and I saw what I needed to see. He didn't leave the store. He went back inside. To her. To the woman who warned me. It started a year ago, when my son married her, Sophie. Sweet girl, educated, polite, eyes like she still believed people meant what they said. Her family invited us for dinner. I said yes. I always say yes before I know better. That night, I wore my silver earrings, the ones he bought me for our 20th anniversary. He told me I looked radiant. I told him to behave. He smiled, said I worry too much. The table was set for 8, but only 7 plates. His was missing. He stood beside Sophie's mother, poured her wine before mine, laughed too long at her joke, watched her mouth more than her eyes. I saw it. And she saw that I saw. It wasn't obvious, not yet, but I've lived a life where men hide their hunger in small moments. I cataloged each one. The first time I knew for sure, I had just come out of the shower. His phone buzzed on the nightstand. I don't snoop. I didn't snoop. But that night, something told me to look. The message was simple. Same time tomorrow? I miss the way you look at me when no one's around. It was signed with an S. And there it was. Confirmation. Not just betrayal, desecration. He hadn't picked a stranger, he'd picked her. Sophie's mother, my daughter-in-law's mother. He'd made me sit across from her, toast her, hug her in photographs. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I memorized every detail of that message, then deleted it. Then I smiled at him when he came out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, lips ready to kiss me like nothing had happened. People think revenge starts with rage. It doesn't. It starts with clarity, the kind that quiets your bones, sharpens your breath, makes time feel like it's already decided who wins. First, I got my name off the joint accounts, quietly. Said I was rebalancing our retirement for tax purposes. He never checked the fine print. Then I sold the cottage. He didn't notice until the for sale sign vanished and the $310,000 wire hit my private account. Next, I got friendly with Sophie. Really friendly. I told her the story of how I met her father-in-law, how much he meant to me. I planted the idea of trust, of shared womanhood. She let me use her iPad to help set up my email, forgot to log out of her messages. That's how I found the photo. It was blurry, but clear enough. Him, shirtless, in a hotel mirror. A rose tattoo on his shoulder, one I knew didn't belong to him 10 years ago. Caption, "Next time, I want to wake up next to you." From Marianne, Sophie's mother. And now Sophie knew too. That brings us back to the supermarket. The cashier, one of Marianne's church ladies, knew. Maybe guilt made her speak. Maybe fear. Doesn't matter. I saw him walk into the back hallway with Marianne. She didn't notice me. She was laughing. They disappeared into the manager's office. I waited. Took out my phone. I'd already set up the live stream. Sophie was watching from home. The camera caught everything. Her mother's lips on his neck. His hand on her hip. The door half open. Long enough for the world to see what kind of filth hides behind polite smiles. I didn't interrupt. I just texted him, hope the cake was worth it. At the family dinner that night, Sophie insisted we all still come. I sat beside Marianne like nothing was wrong. She looked pale. She hadn't responded to any texts all day. Neither had he. Halfway through the meal, Sophie stood up, tapped her glass. She held up her iPad, pressed play. And silence swallowed the room. 37 seconds of shame. No one spoke. Then Sophie turned to her husband, my son, and said, "We're done. And if you ever speak to my mother again, I'll make sure your daughter knows exactly who her grandfather really is." She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just walked out. I last, as I passed Marianne, I leaned in close and whispered, "You should have warned me first." Then I smiled, got in my car, drove home, and slept for the first time in months without checking his side of the bed. Closure doesn't always come with apologies. Sometimes it comes with silence, shattered glass, and a vanilla cake no one ever ate.